I can totally see us cooking in this kitchen.
I can totally see us cooking like pros with natural gas.
Oh, I would love to soak in that tub.
I'd love to save energy and money with a natural gas water heater.
I can imagine cuddling up in here.
Because natural gas heating keeps the house comfortable when we need it.
We have to get this house.
We have to get natural gas.
We're investing in infrastructure to help bring comfort and savings to you. Visit centerpointenergy.com/natural gas benefits. CenterPoint Energy, always there.
We are ready.
Hey, first off, I appreciate you guys sticking around. I know it was a long game, but I hate it that we couldn't get a win for Razorback Nation. I hate it we couldn't get it for Coach Pittman. Credit to Florida. They're a really, really explosive, experienced team that's probably deserving of every accolade and ranking that they've got. I was impressed with them trying to game plan against them, and then on the field, they're good in every area. I'm proud of their team on fighting. I wish we, again, could have played there to win the game and got away from us early in the first half. But I thought, at least offensively, it kept coming back, and Feleipe played an excellent game in a really a situation as a mature competitor as he is. He showed his true colors on coming back and playing so well, and the offense around him did a nice job stepping up. But we'll regroup. I talked to our team inside about, life is made of a series of moments, and we're not defined by one single moment. Just like we won't be defined by this moment, we're defined on how we respond to this. And our guys will be hungry to get back to work and play at home next Saturday against LSU.
Tom?
Hey, Barry. I know you tried a lot of different things against that offense. What do you just credit them for having answers, or did you guys help them at all?
Yeah, I think number one, they're really good. I don't want to take anything from them, but man, we look at this third downs. We had a couple there early that the ball was tipped. They came up with a catch. We just couldn't get off the field on third down, and then we were dropping in the zone and not bringing pressure. And they're good up front, and we weren't able to hold up long enough in our zone coverage concepts. And then when we tried to go man, we got beat. And there were times that mixing and try to keeping it off balance, and we couldn't ever really get in front, and couldn't find a way to get in front and get them in third and long. And then when we did on a couple of third downs, they got off the field. So, credit to them. We've got, an opportunity to continue to build what we're trying to do defensively, and we're going to get back to work as soon as we get home.
Hey, Barry, I'm curious as to what you told the guys in the locker room at halftime, and then obviously coming out the third quarter, that touchdown drive there, and then it was a ball game.
Yeah, the thing we talk about, and Sam has done such a great job, in every situation of leading this team, and I tried to, a little bit think about, his message continuing to build this team and this program, but also wanted to challenge our guys. Hey, we need to hit the reset button, and at 0-0, let's go play. Offense, kickoff return, you're up. Offense, go score. Defense, find a way to get a stop and get off the field. And then let's try to get it into a real game. And, I think it's still a credit to our kids, man. They're doing and listening what we're asking them to do. And I hate that I fell short for them tonight, but we'll rebound. We'll bounce back from this.
Touch.
Yeah, Barry, now having game planned against them and seen him in person, what were your impressions of Kyle Trask?
And he's so impressive, and I've played against him a couple of times now, and I'm super impressed with his patience, his ability to not only look off a receiver, but stay right where he's at, stay on target, and he's got a terrific arm. I've never questioned that, but just you can see how comfortable he is in this system. The playmakers around him. He's a heck of a quarterback, and he's. I would suggest he's going to win a lot of games here moving forward.
Hi, Barry. Good to see you. You touched on Feleipe, but like I say, given all the attention and pressure, how impressed you with how he played, and what about those deep passes to Woods on the touchdowns? What did you think of those?
Yeah, I think you look, and I don't know enough about critiquing quarterback play, but he has gotten so much better. The deep ball, it's something that he's worked so hard on, and we got receivers with speed, and he's been able to place it there. But I want to take take the football side of it away, the plays he made out on the field, take that away, and just think about him stepping into this environment like you're talking about, Bob. For a 21-year-old kid, 22, and the history that he had here, and then when he ended up at Arkansas, really not knowing that we were going to play Florida during that time, so didn't have to really worry about. But when the schedule comes out, now you're faced with everybody that you grew up with, so to speak, in the locker room. That takes some tremendous mental toughness, and so proud of the way he handled it, so well, proud of the way he competed, and I'm so happy he's our quarterback.
Otis. Scotty.
Hey, Barry, could you, I guess, just give me your thoughts on Mike Woods and Traylon Smith's games tonight?
Yeah, I think, without having the stat sheet here in front of me, it seemed like Mike was open and made plays when he had the opportunity. He's a guy that has become a big play weapon for us. He's got great strength out in the open field when he catches the ball, and he's got tremendous speed. And then Smitty ran so hard. I thought, offensive line, they kept battling in there. I was hearing on the headsets, making adjustments. Coach Davis making adjustments with Coach Browse on some things run game wise, and it kept working. And he is 22, is a great competitor, runs so hard and so tough, and we can win games with this team, and we've done it. We're going to continue to do it, and we're doing it with guys because they're practicing, they're preparing, and then they get in the arena and they're going to go compete.
Nikki.
Coach, talk about Florida's protection of Kyle Trask tonight, and did your defensive line get about as much, in there as you thought they would, or was it just too much tonight?
Yeah, I think they had great protection, and there were times that we were rushing three that I wasn't expecting us to get there or have much pressure. We're rushing three, was hoping we'd be able to hold up in our zone coverage concepts a little bit longer than we did at times, and then there were times we brought four and maybe brought an extra in five that we at least made him move his feet and move out of the pocket. So I was trying to balance it and mix it in as much as we can. And, I've got to do a better job because we came up short.
Tom.
Yeah, the Traylon Smith 83-yarder in the second quarter. Just I don't know what you heard over the headphones on that one, but how big of a play was it? What did it do for your team?
Yeah, it was huge. Anytime you can have an explosive play, and that one happened in the run game. It's so big, and the offensive line, they did a great job blocking at the point of attack. I think he made one move and inside to out on the perimeter, and then was off to the races. That was a huge play, one that we need, a big chunk play in our offensive system, and that was 11 guys doing the job. It was fun to watch.
Trey.
Yeah, Coach, I was wondering, 4th and 1 there, I believe second quarter, you elected to go for it.
Yeah.
It looked like Franks had Burks deep, but he decided to go underneath, and their linebacker knocked it down.
Yeah.
The decision to go for it there, and then the execution of the play, if you could comment on that.
Yeah, I think anytime you step into this game, and I wanted the team to know that we're here to win it, and we're going to be aggressive, and I trusted the play. I trusted the call. If we had to do it again, I'd do it again at that situation in the game, because I wanted to show our team, we're coming down here to try to win the game. And it was, we felt really good about the play call. It was there, like you said, we had a vertical opportunity, and then we had, the throw that we made. He just got a fingertip on the ball. So I will never, go into a game, and I'm gonna do everything we can to go win it. And at that point, I thought that was a good momentum play for us to try to go get.
Two more. Hutch.
Barry, along those same lines, I think on the second possession in the third quarter, you had a 4th and 1, but you're at your own 32. Was there any thought of going for it there, or were you just too far deep in your own territory?
Yeah, we Kendall and I talked about for a couple of brief moments, and I if we didn't get it in that situation, the score was what it was. I wanted to try to get back into it, flip the field a little bit with our punt game, and see if we could get a stop on third down defensively.
Last one, Bob.
Barry, I know you did some of your own coordinating at Mizzou and you were the head coach. Well, what was it like tonight, wearing both hats, and
Yeah.
did you feel like it took away from your play calling at all?
You know, Sam did such a great job this week on even though he was away, he was present with the technology that we have in Zoom and all the different things. And you know, he's such a great leader, and he laid out and really kept everything off my plate this week. And this did, you know, he did the things that he normally does throughout the week. He just wasn't in the office. And so, you know, a lot of praise and credit to Sam Pittman on the way that he structured it because of the staff. You know, we didn't miss a beat in the offense or in the office of what we were trying to get done from a checklist, you know, from start to finish on the week. You know, I'd be lying to say I would, I think we all missed his presence, and kids rally around him. We're going to play hard for him. They understand he's our leader, and but he did such a great job even navigating through this week on still being present and making sure that we knew exactly what we needed to get done. And defensive staff, I thought that, pretty status quo for us this week as we went into it.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, Grant, obviously a tough team in Florida. Just what are your thoughts on the game? And obviously Kyle Trask kind of was able to exploit some things that on the offensive side of the ball for them tonight.
Yeah, first off, that's a good team. They're better than us. They're a couple plays better than us, I would say. Kyle Trask kind of he did exactly what he wanted to do, but the thing is we let him do it. We had mistakes on our end, and we're going to get that right coming up this week. But hats off to Florida. They're a good team. They're top 5 for a reason. Anyone out there watching the game could notice that and could tell that. They're a good, well-rounded team. They're coached well. They play hard. So we got to be able to get better and be able to close the gap on all the plays from how much better they are than us. But we're going to close the gap, and we're going to focus on that starting tomorrow.
Coach.
Yeah, Grant, what's your confidence level like knowing that y'all are going to be able to bounce back? This is the first time y'all have given up that many points in a long time. What's your confidence level you'll be able to bounce back next week?
I'm very confident. Confidence is not a weakness for me. I'm a very confident person. I know what we're capable of doing, and I think everyone in this room and everyone in this building knows what we're capable of doing. I don't think confidence is something that we're going to be lacking. This is just a bad game. Everybody has bumps in the roads. We can't let this affect another game. We can't let this drive into the next game. So we got to be able to go and take this to a whole nother level and just be able to show what our weaknesses were and be able to change them and get them better and be able to use them for our strength. So the DB's been playing great this year. Everyone knows that. They've been playing really good. Our defense has played really well. We had a bad game. We just got to get better at those things, and confidence is not going to be a problem for us.
Bob.
Grant, obviously I know you're focused on defense, but I was wondering what you thought of Feleipe's playing, especially how he handled all the pressure and attention about coming back and playing in Florida.
Yeah, Feleipe handles his business at a really high level. You wouldn't know that he was from Florida besides everyone telling him that, hey, man, we're going to go play Florida. He handles his business just like he does every single week. This is a big-time game, especially for him, but he prepares every single week the same. He works his butt off. He tries to do everything the best that he can. He leads really good. Me and him have taken a really big leadership role on this team, and we just continue to really dive into the players and try to make this a player-led team. But he really did a good job tonight. I wish we could have helped him more on the defensive side of the ball. But he's one of a kind. He leads really well, plays really with a lot of heart, plays with a lot of passion. So I hated that we couldn't get it done for him tonight, but we definitely have a lot. We have 3 more games to be able to focus on and be able to go out on top.
Let me know if you've got questions in the chat. Nikki?
Grant, what was it like for y'all to have Coach Odom down on the field with you instead of up in the box? And then, what was it like without Coach Pittman with you?
Yeah, so Coach Pittman not being there the whole week, we can't say it didn't affect us, but it was definitely something that we had to change and be able to adapt to. We had to have players step up and be able to lead. We had to just have people just go out of their norm of just talking a little bit more, and that's what we did. We had a really good week of practice. We were really excited coming in. Coach Odom being on the ground or being on the field, it was different just because I know how passionate the guy is, and I know he's just a really good coach. And it was back to where he was a head coach at Missouri, and I liked it. I liked him being down there. I know it's just different for everybody, but I liked being able to talk to him and listen to what he's thinking. Listen to what he's thinking on different plays. Like when we let up one of the deep balls, he came over to me in Catalan and just told us his reasoning behind what he thinks we're going to do to be able to go from there. And I like that because I can't hear it when he's up in the box, but it's definitely a difference. We can tell just by who's talking and what we've had to do throughout this week. But either way, we should be able to continue to do what's best for us and go from there.
Nice one, Bob.
Graham, Trask, he's thrown at least 4 touchdown passes in every game this year. I think it's first SC quarterback to ever do that. So, he's been doing this to everybody all year pretty much. Well, what do you think's making him so good? What really impresses you about him?
He is really good with his eyes. I know a lot of the other quarterbacks we've played, they say that we read the quarterback's eyes really well, and he really looked us off a lot. Even in man coverage, like when he would see that we were in man coverage, he knew that he was looking off a high safety or he was looking off a middle linebacker that was floating in the low hole. And I think what really makes him good is his receivers around him too. Like he's a great quarterback. I'm not knocking him at all. The guy is a Heisman candidate for a reason. But his receivers and tight ends are just studs. Like they go out and they go and catch every single ball. Their linemen are good. It's a good offense. They've done that to every single team for a reason. That's no excuse for us that they've done it to everybody else. But we got to give their hats off to them. Hope them all the best the rest of the year. But we got to be able to fix what they exploited today and go on from there.
Thanks, Grant.
Thank you all.
Hey, Feleipe, obviously an emotional return, but just came up short tonight. What did Florida do defensively that gave you problems?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that if I was going to be quite honest with you, I think that it came down to us executing. And then obviously Florida's a really good team. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And but, at the end of the day, when we get opportunities to go capitalize, we just got to take advantage of them. That's what it boils down to. Especially when you play a really good team like Florida.
Feleipe, now that the game's over, I mean, what was it like for you emotionally being back in the swamp and playing your old team?
It's awesome, man. If I was gonna be honest with you, it's awesome. Just to be around those guys. I mean, just to see the excitement that they had, and to see me and for me to see them and all that, and in between the lines, it was even fun. Just being able to go out there, and I've been against those guys for 4 years, and to go out there and actually play, and they can hit me and all that. It's fun. It's fun, man. It's just you love the game, and that's what you play it for. The relationships that you build along the way, and all that. So it was a blessing to get out there and have the opportunity to play against them and see them again.
Bob.
Feleipe, Grant Murray and Barry Odom were saying they thought you really handled the emotional part of it well. You focused and you obviously had a good game looking at your stats. Well, was it hard to keep your emotions in check, or how'd you deal with all that?
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not hard to keep it in check. Just being mentally strong at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I'm here to help the Hogs win. That's my main goal every Saturday, week in and week out. But, like I said, you don't forget about the relationships that you create along the way. You don't forget about, I was here 4 years and was an alumni, so you don't forget about that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, it was a good opportunity to come out here and play another football game, late game, or a 7:30 game, 7 game. ESPN, there's nothing more you could ask for. And these guys, I thought, took advantage of it. But, yeah, I think the emotional part was good. Thought I handled it okay. But, yeah, it is sentimental coming back, man, and being able to be and play against the guys that you created so many relationships with along the years.
Let me know if you've got more questions in the chat. Scotty.
Hey, Feleipe, could you detail your connection with Mike Woods tonight? And did Florida do anything to take him away defensively, between the first and second scores he had?
Yeah, I thought Mike played fantastic. Did a great job of winning them, versus man-to-man. Nothing more you could ask for. We know that there's going to be contested balls within the game. They got good players. We got good players. So it's going to be a lot of, contested catches, and he did a great job of finishing once he did catch the ball. But no, I don't think that there was, football is a game. You don't just go and say, hey, they stopped us here. Or, you make corrections along the way as well. You know, they game plan for us, we game plan for them. So at the end of the day, man, it's just about us executing our offense. I thought more than focusing on too much of, you know, other stuff. And I'll just put it that way. I think that we just got to focus more on just executing our offense, doing good, playing on principle. You know, little things like that. I think we have a really good offense. We're coming together week in and week out, working and grinding, and it's going to keep coming together. It's going to keep coming together. These guys work extremely hard to come out here and perform on Saturdays. And playing a top 5 team like Florida, man, and come out here and play your heart out. That's all you can ask for. Come out here and get a win and play your heart out. So these guys did that, and obviously we fell on the short end of the stick with the win, but it's a blessing to have the opportunity to come out here and perform like that, like they did. So I thought they played really good.
Drake.
Hey, Feleipe, I saw after the game, I mean, it seemed like almost everybody that you had contact with down here came up to you, even Associate AD Jake Jacobs. But the two that you spent the most time with were Kyle Trask and Dan Mullen. What did you say to them? What did they say to you?
I think it's just, you know, just the communication that we have, the relationship that we've built. You know, it's awesome getting a chance to go out there. I mean, Coach Mullen's a wonderful coach, great coach at what he does, and obviously Kyle as well, being able to go out there. I mean, I've spent so many years with both those guys, and to see Kyle flourishing and then Coach Mullen flourishing and him giving me words of encouragement, man, it's awesome to have that, and you know, it makes me feel good. So that relationship is lifelong. It's not something that's there 2 or 3 years, man. You create those bonds, and it's there lifelong. So just having the ability to go up there and communicate with him, and his thought, you know, so stuff like that, it's awesome to have that relationship with Coach Mullen and Kyle as well.
Hutch.
Feleipe, when Florida's scoring at the rate they were scoring offensively, does that put any more pressure on y'all to not make mistakes when you're out there on the field?
No, I think that's the main goal in the first place, is to not make mistakes and execute. But no, I wouldn't say that puts more pressure. I mean, obviously you got to put up points. You know, that's how you win games. But at the end of the day, no, I don't think you play with a bunch of pressure on your back. I think you play to go out there and you execute your job. And you don't worry about, and it may sound kind of funny, but you don't worry about really what's on the scoreboard. You worry about going out there and executing your offense, get what needs to get done, you know, and execute when you get in the red zone and scoring points. So obviously, you know, it matters, but at the end of the day, man, it's just about executing our offense. And I thought we did a good, but we did okay at times that we could have improved on. So got to get those things cleaned up and practice and stuff like that. So.
Last one, Bob.
I was going to take a two-part, if that's okay. Feleipe, we saw you leave the field and you came back, and I think you had a glove or something on your left hand. I was wondering what that was about. And then you guys obviously still have 3 games left. How do you see yourselves bouncing back from this?
Yeah, I think that with the hand deal, I think that, you know, it's fine. Just playing through, you know, her getting hurt and stuff like that, and that's something that's going to buff itself out. But hold on, what was the second question again? I got kind of thrown off on that first one.
Okay, so sorry, I'm going to throw you off there.
Good.
Just how do you think you guys will bounce back? You still have 3 SEC games left.
Yeah, no, I think that we always have the opportunity. We're playing a home game to have a great crowd and go out there and win at home against LSU, which is also a very good team. So that's another great opportunity for us to go out here and go to work this week and get another big-time win. So I think it's important, being able to bounce back, not having – obviously you don't want to lose, but just having the mentality of, you know, it's time to go back to work this week and do it all over again and come out here and get another win, get a win. So that's what is most important right now, especially to me and these guys, to come out here and go back at it and go back to it to get another win this coming up Saturday at home, even more.
All right, that'll wrap us up. Thanks, Feleipe.
Thank you, guys.